Hi everyone, Robin here and welcome to Wow Extra. If you're not familiar with Wow, we're a small group of women focusing on discipleship and how we shine, encourage and reflect the love of Jesus with those who cross our path. Wow Extra is a small way that we can share and reflect a little bit of this with you. So in this Wow Extra, we're going to be talking about living, breathing and walking out our faith through fear. So in Psalm 27 verse 1 we read this: "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. In whom shall I be afraid?" This verse is one of my favourites, to remember that I have nothing to fear. Yet I find myself doing just that. We have so much fear feeding happening in our lives from so many different directions at the moment that it can cause us to feel overwhelmed. Maybe this is what has been happening for you or for someone that you know. Fear shows up in our lives in different disguises: anxiety, moodiness, depression, panic attacks, procrastination, avoidance and withdrawal, just to name a few. Fear is being fed to us daily, and it feels like sometimes we cannot get away from it. But one thing we need to remember though, when fear tries to take hold, is that God is bigger than any fear we may feel. Psalm 56 verse 3 to 4 is just one verse that reminds us of this. "When I am afraid, I will trust in you. In God, whose word I praise. In God I trust. I will not be afraid. What can mortal man do to me?" Even though we know we need to not fear, somehow we still feel it. And if we let it take hold, it can keep us from doing the things that God has been asking of us. And it affects how we share our faith with others and how we reflect it in our lives. Maybe this is something that you have experienced. What are some things that you have put off from doing in your life because you let fear keep you back? What did you do about it? And how did it make you feel? Has there been any times in your life when you took your fear straight to God and He helped you through and guided you through to achieve what it was that you'd set out to do? And how did you feel afterwards? Did it change the way you saw yourself and your faith? God is with us in the times that we fear, and we can always fight against this fear when we remember who is fighting for us and with us. In Deuteronomy 31 verse 8, it reminds us of this: "The Lord Himself goes before you and we will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid and do not be discouraged." So finally, I want to leave you with some verses from Isaiah 26 verse 3 to 4. "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast, because they trust in you. Trust in the Lord forever, for the Lord Himself is the rock eternal." To trust today that God is bigger than the fear that you may feel. Stand firmly on the rock that is God Himself, and step boldly into your day knowing that God is with you through it all. I'll see you next time.